Sunday card should be spectacular. It's week number 3. Cam Stewart, David Bastel with you. Let's start off with a division rival that has been one-sided as of late. It's the Patriots and the Jets. Number was Patriots -3. It's been bought down to -2.5, somewhere around that range. But the big news here, Cam, is New England enters this game on a 14-game winning streak against the Jets. I had to double-check that. I looked over everything. The Jets have done nothing in 14 games.
You're right, Dave, and they've terrorized Wilson, too, when he was starting out. He's going to do it again. Dude, here's a tip. Just manage the offense. Your defense is going to be okay. I know you played Dallas, but don't do stupid things. You have weapons there. Hand off the ball to set up the run. Dave, can we break 14? That's pretty stupid to go against a streak, but I do a lot of stupid things. I got a feeling the Jets are going to show up in this game. It'll be a field goal game. Got to take the dog, but I know the Patriots own them. But I believe in the Jets defense. They got to get to Mac Jones.
Yeah, they definitely do. And you know what? It's going to be different with the Jets facing a Patriots offense than a Cowboys offense that they faced last week, which might be a top 5 offense in all of football. By the way, the last time the Jets won, December 27th, 2015, under Ryan Fitzpatrick. So it has been a while.
Magic, baby!
Let's go to the Vikings and the Chargers, 2 very underachieving teams. We're already hearing Kirk Cousins rumors about being dealt just because this Viking team isn't doing anything. It's a pick'em right now at Sports Interaction.
Well, Dave, I'm going to throw this out there to you. I'm going to take the Chargers again, probably for the third time this week, and then you could fire me. Okay? Now, here's the deal. I don't know what happened at the end of that game when you were going in for a win. You settle for a field goal, then you can't move the ball in overtime and set up Tennessee to win. This is the thing about the Chargers. They're perfect teaser material. Every game goes down to the wire, but they always seem to be on the wrong end, Dave. They're like that loser wrestler that just can't get that first win. I'm taking the Lightning Bolts. Probably a big mistake. I'm going to be struck by lightning. It's a pick'em. Chargers by 3.
So Cammie has Barry Horowitz.
Yeah.
And I have the Vikings
because
they're at home.
That's a smart man. That's a smart man.
Let's go to the Bills and the Commanders. Interesting spot here. Sam the Man Howell, 3-0 as a starter.
He's been good.
He's looked pretty good.
You're damn right.
The Bills beat up on the Raiders, which they should have. So what happens here? Right now, Sports Interaction has the Bills at about 6.5-point favorites.
Dave, this game's tough.
It is.
Because Washington's actually played well. Their defense is terrorizing quarterbacks. I know they give up a lot of points.
Too.
No, that's the thing. Like we said, we knew Howell at North Carolina was a good quarterback. Was he ready to take the next step? I got to be honest with you. Bieniemy, their team scoring points, it was a good hire. But Buffalo Bill left a lot of points on the table against the Raiders. I think they could have murdered them by more if it's under a touchdown on taking Buffalo, Dave, but I don't love it. I don't like going against home dogs.
Yeah, Washington, by the way, 2-0 for the first time since the 2012 season. That's a decade, folks. Let's move on. Falcons and Lions. Lions 3-point favorites at Sports Interaction right now. Falcons, surprising Frankie Falcon.
Yeah, Frankie Falcon's on fire.
They
Dirty
are.
bird.
Do the bird, exactly. I'm surprised by them, but you know what? They've earned those 2 wins.
You know what it is, too? Their defense is playing a hell of a lot better than we thought. Ritter, he's starting to figure it out. They got lethal players at all positions. Drake London, Pitts, Robinson. Like, they're good. The one thing about the Falcons, they're a good team. But I'm actually going to go the other way this week. Detroit throwing that game away against Seattle. It's a tough one, Dave. 3's a good number, but I think the Lions can win this game by a touchdown. People feeling high about Atlanta right now. Let's buy when their stock is too high. Give me the Lions.
Yeah, I'm on the Lions, too. It's a field goal right now at Sports Interaction, as we mentioned. That could be bought down, and if it does, people will pounce on the line, so I'm not sure where that number is going to go. I bet you it's cement. Let's move on to the Titans and the Browns. We know that the Browns are slight favorites with the hook at 3.5, but Nick Chubb will miss this game likely the entire season. That's a big loss for the Cleveland Browns, which, you know what? All about the running game. I wonder who can step up.
I'll tell you, Ford looked pretty good. The kid from Alabama, he looked fantastic in that game. Dave, I don't know what to do. There's always a team in the league. It's the Titans for me. Like, I don't know when to bet them, when to get off them, when to get on them. They just find ways. You saw the Chargers screw up that game. Charger will charger, but I got to be honest with you. I kind of like Cleveland here. Ford looked pretty good in the game. Don't love it, but I think they'll do enough. That Cleveland defense will be okay against Tannehill, so I like the Browns. Very tough game.
By the way, these two teams have played 7 of the last 8 games to the over, so something to consider there. We move on to the Broncos and the Dolphins. Dolphins have looked good. They've actually entered my top 5 power rankings at number 5. The offense is looking pretty good. The defense, there's a little bit of holes there, but you know what? Pretty decent, and they had a very good game on Sunday night. Right now, 6.5-point favorites. It opened at 6. Where are you going with this number?
I don't know. Big number, Dave, but I got to go with the Dolphins. This team right now, too, is really starting to figure it out. They look good to me. I know they beat the Patriots by 7, so they've covered both their games. Yep. They look pretty strong, and the thing is, it's just a complete mismatch. If Tua stays upright, he could shred them. Waddle, Hill, so much speed. Very underrated team. You're right about the Dolphins. I think they're like a Super Bowl threat. I'll take them. I don't like to lay big numbers, Dave, but I'm going to take the points here.
Yeah, I'm going to lay that number too. As long as it doesn't go to 7, I will lay the points with the Miami Dolphins to win. Colts and Ravens. Ravens 8-point favorites at Sports Interaction. Dating back to 2011 season, the Ravens are 5-1 straight up against the Colts. The Colts having some injury problems at the quarterback position.
Oh, God, these games are tough this week. I got nothing, Dave. I want to take the points with the Colts. I'm like, that's a big number, but, Richardson got banged up.
Yep.
Minshew's a pretty good backup, though. That's the one thing. Gardner Minshew, we can all agree, is one of the best backups in the league. The guy always shows up, but I got to be honest with you. I think Baltimore, they're one of those teams that need a statement win, Dave. I think they can win this game by double digits. I don't love it again. Like, I wish I had a great feeling about it, but I think Ravens by 10, they cover the number.
Interesting. 8 of the last 10 games between these two teams to the under. So we may not be expecting some points in this one. Move on to the Seahawks, 6-point favorites at home. They're facing the Carolina Panthers, who lost on Monday night. Seahawks got it right in Detroit, where we both were in that game for sure. Do they continue that momentum and not be, foot off the gas kind of team?
You know the crazy thing, Dave, is Seattle used to be the team home of the 12th man and crush teams at home.
Yep.
It's been the complete opposite recently. The 1 o'clock Eastern games were their dogs. I've learned something being a Seattle fan recently. You take them as dogs. They're horrible favorites. But watching Carolina, that offense is pretty anemic. I don't want to lay the points, but I think Seattle will find a way to win the game. I'll take Seattle to win by a touchdown, but this looks like money line and teasers, Dave. What do you think? Some parlays?
I agree with that. And also considering that the public is heavy on Seattle right now, this number actually opened at 4 and it's been bought up by 6. There's a lot of forecasts that are saying that it could be a touchdown at game time. So if you're on the Seahawks, buyer beware. By now. Bears and Chiefs. Chiefs, this is the heaviest number on the board in week number 3, 13-point favorites. I think it's going to 2 touchdowns by the time this airs on Sunday afternoon. Bears are Bears, and they're going to bear, aren't they?
I almost want to take them, Dave. After just ripping them, I'm like, can I get 13 with the Bears? I don't know. I'm going to take, no, at Kansas City. Chicago's going to cover this number, aren't they? Back door? I don't know if Justin Fields can even hit the back door. That's the problem. God, man, I don't like to take these favorites, but I just don't trust Chicago. They look absolutely awful, Dave. Like, their offensive line reeks. Their defense can't get off the field. Fields can run, but he can't throw. Chiefs by 14.
Chiefs by 14. Okay, I'm going the opposite way on that.
I want to take the Bears with you.
I'm taking the Bears if it goes to 2 touchdowns. And I only say this not because the Bears are something that I believe in, because I clearly don't believe in them, but the Chiefs have a habit of not blowing out teams.
Good call.
And that's the only reason that I would, but someone's probably going to punch me in the face on Monday.
Can I switch my pick, Dave? I want the Bears.
You want the Bears as well. 2 Bears coming at you on Sunday afternoon. Final game, it's Sunday Night Football. It's a classic rival. This is going old school here. Steelers and Raiders. I know they're the Las Vegas Raiders, but this used to be the Oakland Raiders. And this is a pick 'em right now at SIA.
For all you young guys out there, this used to be the game where the guys would have the cast like in wrestling and knock you out like the Steelers' dirtiest team in the league. The Raiders right there with them. Lyle Alzado. Great times, Dave. Sorry. Hot tub time machine. Let's get back to this year. I'm kind of worried about Pittsburgh. I'm watching Pickett, and I'm like, sometimes he makes some good plays, but I don't know what to get from the Raiders either. It's just one of those things. They looked awful against Buffalo. I'm going to have to take the silver and black, buddy. Who do you like in this one?
I'm on the Raiders, too, because the autumn wind is a Raider. That's week number 3. We'll see you next week.